tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
So, good afternoon. Hope your day is good. I have some time, and quite honestly, I probably should be doing some stuff, but I just don't know what. Sometimes I get lost in what I need to do. I wasn't even sure what to talk about. There's a lot of topics out there. Yeah. Wasn't going to talk about trauma. Felt like that was a little too much. So, figure I'd stick on the path that I've been going, which is understanding the family of the alcoholic is just as important as the alcoholic, okay? Because unfortunately, alcoholism comes with, it comes with things, man, and every family gets them. Okay. The first thing that's probably going to happen is the alcoholic is probably going to marry somebody that has codependency issues. Usually you will find that alcoholics are married to people who also had alcoholics in their lives, but they were usually the lost child or the codependent in that situation. And what they did is they attracted what they are. And, even in my life, my wife had some codependency issues that she needed to work on, but this was all stuff that we recognized through alcoholism. So welcome to the Daily Trudge. My name is Dion. If you're here, please say hello. Cool stuff. We're going to read out of the family afterwards today. Read out of the family afterwards. And yeah. I'm going to start on page 124 for those of you that like to follow along. There's nobody here, so that's why I'm laughing. Well, there might be. I don't know. All right. Henry Ford once made a wise remark to the effect that experience is the thing of supreme value in life. That is only true if one is willing to turn the past into good account. We grow by our willingness to face and rectify errors and convert them into assets. The alcoholic's past becomes the principal asset of the family, and frequently it is almost the only one. The thing is like my wife would be able to work with somebody that is Al-Anon a lot better than me. Okay. I didn't go through the motions of codependency. I did live with an alcoholic, but my mom sobered up when I was kind of young. So a lot of the yets and stuff didn't happen for her, which I'm grateful for. I'm very grateful for that. At the same time, if my mom hadn't have been an alcoholic, I may not have been here. So, who knows? I don't know. That's a what if. I don't know. I'm not going to ask my mom, so. Right? And this painful past, and it is painful. Okay? That's the miracle of what we get to do is we get to take our mistakes and turn them into assets. How many people get to do that? I think it's open to everybody to do. Right? But for some of us, it means survival. It means we will not move forward. We will not be anything more. And gee, don't you want to be more than just an alcoholic? I do. Yeah. We think that each family which has been relieved owes something to those who have not. And when the occasion requires, each member of it should be only too willing to bring former mistakes, no matter how grievous, out of their hiding place. Showing others who suffer how we were given help is the very thing which makes life seem so worthwhile to us. Cling to the thought that in God's hand, the dark past is the greatest possession you have, the key to life and happiness for others. With it, you can avert death and misery for them. You know, I think everybody should have a chance at quote unquote recovery. Show me a person and I'll show you an addiction. Oh, well, everybody's got an addiction. Some people, it might be coffee. Here's a big one. There you go. That one. Okay. I don't know if I could you turn your phone off for a day? I don't know that I could. Can you stay off Facebook? I'm talking about me here. Okay. See, like for me, after well, it depends on what time and what I've done that day. But there's a time when I'm like, okay, I'm done with the day. And that means that I'm not on Facebook for the day either. So, after 6, 7 o'clock, I don't go on Facebook anymore. I'm like, okay, that's enough. I do it enough during the day. And I'm looking for excuses to be off Facebook, even though I'm posting there right now. It is possible to dig up past deep misdeeds so they become a blight, a veritable plague. For example, we know of situations when the alcoholic or his wife have had love affairs. This isn't where I wanted to go. Here we go. Many alcoholics are enthusiasts. They run to extremes. At the beginning of recovery, a man will take, as a rule, one of two directions. Okay? I'm going to tell you what it is. He might either plunge into a frantic attempt to get his feet in business, or he may be enthralled by his new life that he talks of little else. In either case, certain family problems will arise. With these, we have had experience galore. They're missing one: sex. Okay? That is the third thing. It's not in here. We think it is dangerous if he rushes headlong at his economic problem. I've got to fix this now. No. Nonsense. Okay, we've got a spiritual malady. And it's been my experience that if you work on your spiritual malady first, everything else just falls into place. That has been my experience. The family will be affected also, pleasantly at first, as they feel their money troubles are about to be solved. Then not so pleasantly as they find themselves neglected. Dad may be tired at night and preoccupied by day. He may take small interest in the children and show irritation when they reprove for his delinquencies. If not irritable, he may seem dull and boring, not gay and affectionate as the family would like him to be. Okay, we got to give it some time. It was a while before my sense of humor came back. Like a decent sense of humor, a good sense of humor. Before, my sense of humor was very deranged. He may mother may complain of inattention. They are all disappointed and often let him feel it. Beginning with such complaints, a barrier arises. He is straining every nerve to make up for lost time. He is striving to recover fortune and reputation and feels he is doing very well. And that's the problem. He feels he's doing very well. Well, we know what's going to happen there. He's going to build it up to make it look nice and neat. The family's going to be happy, and then he's going to drink. That's what's going to happen. And I know this because I see it. I see it all the time. And we avoid the work. Okay, 1, 2. I call it the AA shuffle. 1, 2, 3, slip. 1, 2, 3, slip. The head of the household ought to remember that he is mainly to blame for what befell his home. Okay? Now, I understand I say quite often that we've got to get rid of the word blame. Okay? But that's when we're dealing with others. Okay? We've got to take our own blame. And if you decide to take blame and put it into a negative connotation, then you're doing that to yourself. Okay? He can scarcely square an account in his lifetime, but he sees the danger of over-concentration on financial success. Although financial recovery is on the way for many of us, we found that we could not place money first. For us, material well-being always followed spiritual progress. It never preceded. Now, the only thing that I will argue with this on is a roof over their head. Okay. I need a new pair of shoes too. I don't have the money for it. I need new boots. I don't need any more hoodies. I'm good on hoodies. All right. There are things that I go without, Since the home has suffered more than anything else, it is well that the man exert himself there. All right. And so what are we talking about here? Well, we're talking about a living amends, which I think is very important. You must understand a living amends. It is the first thing I do with my sponsees. Why? Because it is the first thing my sponsor did with me. Dion, I know you want to go in there and apologize. Don't. You're going to mess it up. Just don't. Instead, since the home has suffered more, it is well the man exert himself there. I had a honey to-do list that I had not done. Okay. And then my sponsor added more chores on there for me. He said, if something needs to be taken care of, you take care of it. Take it off your wife's plate. Make her life easier instead of saying, I'm trying, and then go sit down and watch Netflix, right? Okay. He is not likely to get far in any direction if he fails to show unselfishness and love under his own roof. Okay. So where does it start? It starts with me. Then comes my family. Then comes my community. Okay. Actually, it's me, family, my AA members. Yeah. Okay. Now let's remember recovery is number one. Let's say I'm in the middle of doing something with my wife. Let's say it's date night. I get a call. Alcoholic needs help. You know what's going to happen in my house? Date night will be delayed. It's how we work. Okay. Well, will we be a little disappointed? Yeah, but we'll get over it because both my wife and understand that if she doesn't get to do her outreach, that messes her up, man. Right? We know there are difficult wives and families, but the man who is getting over alcoholism must remember he did much to make them so. As each member of a resentful family begins to see his shortcomings and admits them to others, he lays the basis for helpful discussion. These family talks will be constructive if they can be carried on without heated argument, self-pity, self-justification, or resentful criticism. Okay? That means from me. I cannot expect my kids to be who I am. I got to give them the chance. So I may go into these meetings And there may be some self-pity, justification, but it's on the other side. And I must work with that. That is what I'm being given. And as an arrested alcoholic, I have the skills to deal with this. Okay. Little by little, mother and children will see they ask too much. And father will see he gives too little. Giving rather than getting will become the guiding principle. All right. I think that's good. Thanks everybody for being here. Well, rewatchers, I hope you enjoy it. 50 minutes. Hopefully we'll see you at the meeting. Love you. Peace out.